Hey guys, it's Tom. It is Wednesday night, and we have got a SOMIFA wildcard game for that just got started. It was Ron Dickinson receiving the kick. I'm going to guess that Jay won the toss and elected to kick off, which is what most people do nowadays. And these two guys have a good defensive reputation, and I think they would like that idea. And Ron Dickinson's got the ball. He's got Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, completes a 7-yard out to the rookie tight end Hunter Henry, creating a 2nd down and 3 for the Green Bay Packers. So this is a SOMIFA wildcard playoff game between Ron Dickinson's Green Bay Packers, who were 9-7 in the regular season and won their mini playoff game, against Jay Villing, the defending SOMIFA champion, SSFA champion in recent years, mind you. Jay Villing, his Bengals, I think Jay was 11-5, a 3-way tie, 11-5, 4-5-6 seed. Jay lost a tiebreaker, and that's why he's in the wild card round. I awaited the quarterfinal. That's Atlanta and Tennessee. Nathan and Mick. We've got 3rd and 2 for the Packers at their own 33. That was a 1-yard completion from Ryan Tannehill to Zach Miller, with Adam Jones on the coverage. Was Adam Jones coming up at that time? Flat pass left to Hunter Henry. 2 men in the zone, and Jay gets the pass correctly. And with 2 men in the zone, it's only a 1-yard completion on the defense. Would have been 2 yards at a first down without the flooded flat. So good call by Jay, flooding both outside flats from his 4-3. And Ron Dickinson will punt on 4th and 1 from his own 34. We had a game earlier tonight that Dennis called the most of the game. I called the end of it. And that was Paul Mankwitz's Houston Texans versus Jeff Wendlett's Indianapolis Colts. I just realized I won't even say the result of that, in case anyone listening to this first wants to check out that broadcast. The video should be up soon to YouTube, if they are really good folks. I wouldn't know. I don't know anyone at YouTube. 50-yard punt, and Alex Erickson, the Cincinnati Bengal from the NFL and from SOMIFA, it turns out, singles for the fair catch. 11 is a fumble, not only a fumble minus 5. Adding insult to injury. Now, Jay's got Derek Carr at quarterback. Derek Carr had an excellent season for the Bengals. I looked at his stats. What show would I have been doing when I mentioned Derek Carr's stats? I could not tell you. Oh, I think I looked quickly at tonight's games, the doubleheader, the twilight doubleheader, when I was calling the end of the Minnesota-New York Giants game, which had gotten a little out of hand. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Short pass to Gary Barnidge, single coverage and a blitz on. Teams play a 4-3 defense. Derek Carr picked off 2 to 4, 11 to 12, but instead complete for 12 yards. If Jay had Ron, I keep saying confusing the guys, if Ron Dickinson, the Packers coach, had double teamed correctly on the short pass zone, that would have been an interception. Now Ron Dickinson on the that's not true. Ron Dickinson, the road team, Emerald left to Matt Forte on 1st and 10. Defense looking pass, offensive onside tackle, +5 and no gain. Taylor Decker, the rookie 5, could not make the block on a white die 6, 2nd down and 10. Both these teams play a 4-3. Jay's got Derek Carr quarterback. Matt Forte is the starting running back. Eddie Lacy sees a lot of action, I believe. He's got Kyle Rudolph and Gary Barnidge, 5 receiving tight ends, with Doug Baldwin and Anquan Bolden on the outside. Bolden more of a possession guy. Baldwin had a big year for Cincinnati, and he's covered only by a 4. Ron's got mostly 5s and 6s all over the defense, although he's got a left outside 4 and a left corner 4, and this left end right now is a 0, but I don't think he's the regular starter. Emerald left to Matt Forte. Defense calls pass again. Ross has a 3 on his own card, +23. Forte doesn't have a great end run card, but he does have a 9 short gain, +23 on 3. And some positive yardage in there, 6, 7, 5. And I think he ran the ball quite a bit for the Bengals this year. The other night, but maybe had only about a 3-point average. I don't remember. Fozzie Whitaker checks in. Jay mixes in his running backs. I think you're getting about 3 guys getting regular carries here. Should pass Gary Barnage, defense double teaming elsewhere. Ron paying a lot of early attention to Doug Baldwin, covered by the corner 4. 7 on Derek Carr's card, guess right, is a completion. 11 yards and a first down to Barnage. And the Bengals are threatening here with a first down and 10 at the Green Bay 38 on their opening possession. Yeah, you see there's a 5 in there at left end on first downs for Ron, it looks like. And we're left to Forte. Again, running at that 5, behind it, tight end 4. No blocking back. Gain's only 2 yards. It's not the best blocking versus defensive player matchup. To be unchallenged. Forte's card is decent. They're going to get some positive yardage. And I don't want to throw a pass every single play. Ron has not really been flooding the flats, and Jay has not really been testing them. I think we'll see some of that soon. Short pass to Anquan Bolden, covered by the 5. 3-minute zone. Ron does flood a flat on cue. Dump ball for 7 yards. His first catch of the day. And it's 3rd and 1. Bit of a 5-0-5 is the run blocking. A bit of a tic-tac-toe situation for Jay on the offensive line. But he's got 7s galore. You got 2 7s to the left side, a 5 at center, right guard, and a 7 at right tackle. Line up Derek Carr, defense calls pass, no one there. So you don't avoid 10, 11, 12 in the quarterback. Center +3 or 0, Big Ben Jones is a 5, and he needed all of it on a white die 5 to make the block. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. 8:24 to go. They're taking up half the first quarter of this SOMIFA wild card game. So you see why Jay likes to throw a lot of those short passes when he's got Derek Carr, but 4 7s on the offensive line. That can be very difficult for a team to deal with. Short pass, Anquan Bolden, defense double teaming Doug Baldwin. Short gain, he's a 5, and it's broken up by Desmond Trufant, the NFL Atlanta Falcon. And I can tell from the unexpected reduction in my game's volume that we have someone listening now to the game, which is good. For some reason, my computer does that. When someone joins the broadcast to listen, the volume on my game. And then I have to, as I respond, I got to turn it back up. Flat pass right to Kyle Bruder, throwing at the linebacker 4. 6 gets a 4 on Carr's card. Guess right is incomplete. 3rd down and 10. First 3rd and long here, I think, for the Bengals. They're at the Green Bay 26. The kicker is only 2 to 11 and 12. Dustin Hopkins from the 23 to the 32. 2 to 6 from further out. Jay's got the tremendous pass blocking, so he's not really worried about getting sacked and thrown out of field goal range. Especially against, well, the stuff then 0, I don't think will be in the game. Nose tackle. And Gerald McCoy against the center non-7, Ben Jones, a 5'5". For some reason, my card image box looks bigger than usual. Strat-o-matic even allows me to do anything about that. As Bradley Miller is listening in. Now, whenever this happens, a long delay, unexpected, I wonder if I've gotten desynced with my my connection, but it does not seem to be the case. Instead, we have wide one fullback for Jay going to the shotgun, Tyler Higbee in the nominal fullback position, really a tight end. Ngakwe, pronunciation hopefully is correct. Checking in at left end. Trent Murphy, the left outside 0-5-10. Ron Dickinson going 0-4-0 as linebackers, inviting Jay to flat pass. Jay throws flat, but it's correctly double teamed. To Robbie Anderson, this could be trouble. Incompletion. And Ron Dickinson does the job, forcing a field goal attempt from Jay here, which is not automatic. They never are, but 2 to 11 and 12. So a little more than an 80% chance of making this kick. A 5% chance of missing it. And actually, Ron Dickinson had the ball already once. I forgot about that. The kick is barely good. Bounces off the crossbar and bounces in. 2-11-12. And here's the kickoff for the Bengals. Goes 9 yards deep. DeAnthony Thomas downs it. Will have their second possession. I think they went 3 and out, perhaps, on the first time. I don't recall. But we didn't really talk about their offense much. Ryan Tannehill, the quarterback, with a pair of outstanding player receivers, Mike Evans and Kenny Britt on the outside. Short best Kenny Britt being double-teamed by Devin McCourty. So I was wrong about him playing a 4-3. And Jay, of course, has the good pass defense cards. Tannehill's got some more big plays on the card this year than in past years. I believe. I'm going from memory here. Carlos Hyde's a running back with a good card. Hunter Henry and Zach Miller, a fine tight end targets. Blocking looks a little shaky. Defense is 5-5-4 on the line. 4-5-6-5 at linebacker in terms of the pass ratings. Aaron Wright for Carlos Hyde running at a 5. Defense guesses incorrectly. +5 +0. And the first round pick, Jack Conklin, makes the block. Down at 5 for the Pack at 130. Wants to avoid a quick 3 and out here. That's for sure. A bit of a good call fest here in the first quarter. Ron upping up the ante with a great call, remarked Jay. Team of Kenny Britt. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Carlos Hyde in there. Looking past to Mike Evans at a linebacker 6. And he gets linebacker in his own extra showcase. Derek says, I may be old, but I'm not that old. You can't fool me. Incomplete. 4th and 5. Derek Johnson had traded to Jay for Darrelle Revis. Jay now getting the better of that deal. The punt goes 47 yards for Tress Way. Takes a bounce and goes 6 yards. And the Bengals will start at their own 17, leading 3-0 in the first quarter. 2 tight end, 2 wide. Been 2 possessions of 3 and out for the Packers. That was a lengthy drive the first time around, which also started from inside their own 20. To hold them to a field goal. Fozzie Whitaker now in on first down. Looking past Kyle Rudolph. Looking past zone vacated, but they're all 5 men on the line of scrimmage. So we'll be right on the quarterback's card, but no men on the defense. Receiver gets right is 6 yards for Kyle Rudolph. Opportunity. You're not going to get too many sacks against this offense, particularly with Mason Foster, your lead blitzer. He's only a 5.53. Linkovich is a 44.6 on one side. Nigel Bradham, 55.4. It's a group of linebackers, a little workmanlike. Short best Gary Barnage. Ron defending against the inside run. Jay hasn't really run inside. Outside of a quarterback sneak. He's incomplete in Derek Carr's card. 3rd and 4 for the Bengals. Now here's a chance for Ron to force a 3 and out, of course. There was no. Jay's got a little bit of an easier obstacle in converting this 3rd down than Ron did a few minutes ago. Eddie Lacy checks in. The Burley. The ball gets wrong. Nobody there. Covered by a 4. This is not what you want to do when you have a guy who gets a 4, but 10 is incomplete at Derek Carr's card. Pass wrong completion. 5 units of receiver. Baldwin is, I'm sure, at least a 12-18. The defensive back 4. Defending a short pass. 4th and 4, 54-yard punt. Goes down inside the 30 for Eric Weems, who's an LP. And 8 on the opponent punt return. It's a very nice 15-yard return, which makes it a 39-yard net. And Ron will start 1st and 10 on his own 38, 3:54 to go in the first quarter. The Packers' first 2 possessions. 2 is 73 yards in Weem. Is 8 and 9 is where you want to be here. As to Carlos Hyde, defense guesses run, floods the outsides. Ron throwing at the 6, but Tannehill's guard guess wrong is maxed out, and 5 is 11 yards and a first down. right away up at midfield. Their furthest advance. And a very quick game so far. Certainly not Tom Cook playing in this game. To be on second possession. Linebacker Carlos Hyde, defense against his pass, one linebacker there. +6, Alan Branch to the 5, White Die 6, 6-yard gain. A big 6 miss against the 5 defender. So we've seen Jay call run and flood flats. We've seen him call pass to the line of scrimmage. The old hedge your bet style. I've come away from. I mean, if you got a pretty good long pass receiver and an okay long pass quarterback, 4 would give you a run call with no one there, just in case. I know I'm limiting myself, but I've come around to that a little bit in the last years to be like, no, Mr. Aggressive zone, or you'd be flooding. Influenced a little bit by watching maybe Jay Villing coaching. I'm not sure if he does that much. I feel like the free safety is back there a lot more for Jay. They try to make you go the length of the field. Ron Dickinson might be the other one, or Ron Martin. Look at Zach Miller, defense run king. Again, throwing at the 6, though, but he knows it's not going to be flooded probably. Receiver gets run 4 yards, barely gets the first down. Zach Miller. But that was the worst completion, but at least he got the completion and the first down. Is now at the Cincinnati 41. 2:06 to go. Received the opening kickoff. Off the back left for Carlos Hyde. Defense gets his pass. No one there. Box in play. Perhaps. One linebacker there. No box needed. Short gain on Carlos Hyde card. And the Green Bay's down to the Cincinnati 25. So Hyde's got that nice guess wrong column with a 6-7 short gain and solid yardage everywhere and some pretty good runs on the edges. Phrase I picked up from Dennis on the edges. Left to Hyde. Defense calls run this time, but no linebacker because the offensive tackle's a 5 and 4 on Hyde's card is a 4-yard gain. Pretty solid yardage on right. It's a pretty good card for Carlos Hyde. Second down at 6, Green Bay. It has the depth in the backfield that Cincinnati does, but I might be wrong about that. I don't recall playing this team, but I may have. Second and 6 Packers, less than a minute to go. Linebacker Carlos Hyde, defensive calls pass, but floods the linebacker or plugs the linebacker with 2 guys. Offensive right guard 4-0. Steven Wisniewski made the block. 4 on a 4. And it's a 4-yard gain. Heads up 3rd and 2. That would have been a first down without the double plug. Right. That would have been first down without the 2 linebackers in the zone for 3rd and 2 for Ron at the Cincinnati 17. You don't want to think field goal. You want to think touchdowns. Ron's going to be thinking, how do I aggressively get this first down here? Be tied at 3 when you can be very happy to be up 7-3. Got to think touchdown. 3rd and 2. He's got these receivers with the big yardage. Yeah, but Jay's got the good pass defense. Flats. Brought guys up and called pass. I'm not sure how good Ron's pass blocking is. His 7th left guard. Ron's been fond of throwing, looking at Derek Johnson, the 6. And remember, I call aside. Jake Key's everywhere except the end run. Yard on his own card on 9. And that'll set up a 4th and 3 for Jason Myers, the kicker. Have this game up as we just started the second quarter. And the kick is 29 and 12. Good. Again on a 12. Jay hit his field goal on a 12. Ron hit his field goal on a 12. That's not where you want to live when you're kicking field goals. It's rolling 12s all day long. The kick goes deep into the end zone, 9 yards deep for Alex Erickson, who downs it. I promise you one thing, that Jay knows what the opponent kick return 7-8-12 is. And accordingly, the early playoff games, which I commented on. I mean, if you're not going to look at your opponent kick return and your opponent's opponent kick return, if you understand what I'm saying, for a playoff game, and just be taking kicks out 8 yards deep, or even 3 yards deep, when it's a bad matchup, well, you're hurting yourself. So I don't know what you're saving the preparation for. Even during the game, you could click on it. It takes 5 seconds. So anyway, Cincinnati has got the ball first and 10. Left tackle, left Fozzie Whitaker. Defense calls pass. Ron plugging / blitzing while calling pass. He's rewarded. As Fozzie Whitaker loses a yard, linebacker in zone -1 or +3. Run. Browns a 5 against the run. He's a 55. White die 4. Second down and 11. Jay has not been throwing flat. He's been throwing short, and I think through the bomb to Baldwin. So Ron said, well, you're not going to test my flats. I'm going to move my linebackers a little bit. How about that? Jay's comfortable throwing short because he gives Carr all the time in the world with 4 7s, and he gets the benefit of those dump-offs. Pass guard, and his linebackers are 4.55. On the flat, so maybe Jay is throwing over the linebackers. Terminology. Second down and 11. Fozzie Whitaker still in there. Emerald left to Fozzie. Defense calls pass. Jay's fond of Emerald left here today. And 9 is 7 yards for Fozzie. Short gain. Why wouldn't you want to run with Fozzie? This is a nice card. 6 and 8 short gain, 225 yards. Other runs of 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. 3rd and 4 for the Bengals. Eddie Lacy checks in. There has not carried yet. Last 3rd and 4, I think we saw a run call. Looking past Anquan Bolden. Defense calls pass, flooding, looking past properly. But Derek Carr's own card, 7 and 7 yards in a first down. Jay keeps it going. I was going to say defensively, last 3rd and 4, I think Ron called run and with the safety at the short pass. Deep. This time Jay said, I will throw the flat. But Ron would not been flooding flats, floods the flat. So it goes to show, good to mix it up on both sides of the ball. And we're left to Matt Forte. I think we've seen maybe one run call from the defensive Ron Dickinson so far today. And there's a dreaded 5 for Forte, which is no gain. Forte had the 23-yard run, but his other 3 carries have been for a total of 2 yards. Second down and 10 for the Bengals. Fozzie checks in. Waka, waka, waka. I think that's a decoy. You'll see a pass here. Maybe short pass, Anquan Bolden or one of the tight ends. Barnage probably will work because he's going by a 5. As he stays away from Rudolph and he fears the Baldwin double team. No, short pass to Baldwin. So that's good for Jay. Second and 10. Defender X +2 or +8 on the dump off. And it's an 8-yard completion. Rob Ninkovich could not make the catch, could not make the play, trying to take down Fozzie Whitaker closer to the line of scrimmage. And you've got a 3rd and 2 for the Bengals. Looking past Gary Barnage. There's a 5 linebacker there. And 6 is a 3-yard completion on the defense's card. White die 4. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 49, early second quarter. And Jay's been mixing it all up. And run right Matt Forte, this time not running the same place he's been running the whole game, which is wise. Defensive at -2 or +3, but that 5. Ron Dickinson's got some stout defenders on the defensive line, and Lawrence Guy makes the play, throwing Forte for a 2-yard loss. Second down and 12. Jay's been end running when he runs, and he's throwing flat, looking short and long. So he's mixed up everything except for the types of runs that he's been doing. But when you have the 2 tight end offense, the second tight end's good. That outside linebacker is not going to come up too often. So that's one of the reasons we've seen the end run left. And if you're running back and catch it all, the left outside linebacker is not going to come up too often. when you have decent receiving targets at your halfback / blocking back / second tight end spot, one of the things you do is help keep those outside linebackers out of your run zones. 2nd and 12 for the Bengals at their own 47, 10-12 to go. Of course, we all want to have everything good, but we can't. Short pass, Anquan Bolden. At this time, Ron blitzes the end run zone, so forget what Tom says. There's 2 blitzes on, but Jay's got the great pass blocking. 3-man there, Anquan Bolden. Dump off for a loss of 1 to Fozzie Whitaker. It turns out it was a looking pass dump off, so incomplete. And now Jay's got a long 3rd and 12. This is oftentimes where that dump off rears its ugly head. On 3rd and long, you yield a dump off for, say, 13 yards or so. Well, hey, what would happen in the NFL if you could not rush the passer at all? If you had all day to throw the ball. Yeah, he's going to check down, and guys going to get yardage. We see it every Sunday, Thursday night. 3rd and 12, Bengals at their own 47. Carr 7 of 13 for 54 yards so far. We have Bradley Miller in the studio audience. I know Michael Reeves sometimes catches my YouTube alerts and listens to the game, perhaps on his phone. Doesn't quite watch it. Three wide, 1 fullback for Jay. This is the second time we've had a 3rd and long. Well, this time the defense is taking its time. Okay. 3 wide, 1 fullback for Jay. So that's his 3rd and long default formation with Tyler Higbee as the fullback. And Ron likes to go 0. No, it has got a 0 outside linebacker. So you're covering Tyler Higbee with a 0 instead of a 4. And you've got other guys to worry about. You're giving him I don't know why you would do that when you're probably not going to do too well in the sack department. On pass, Robbie Anderson being double covered by Byron Jones. Jay needs a dump off, otherwise nothing. And he gets the big dump off, 10, 20-yard completion on the defense's card. It was Zach Streif holding off Yannick Ngakoue. It's a 7 versus a 9. It's only a 1-8 sack, even with the double team bump. And there's not a lot Ron could have done there. He would have to blitz everybody. And even then, I don't think he would have got there. 1st and 10. Blitzed everyone and double team 7 on a 15. That might have got there. Short pass to Gary Barnage. It was a long pass that also too, so that might have got there. Short pass Gary Barnage. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Ron blitzing to plug the end run zones. There's another dump off, 17 yards. Dump off can be a viable part of your offense. If you've got a good flat pass quarterback and a lot of good, at least pretty good receiving targets, and you've got all these 7s on your offensive line, preferably 4. Short pass Gary Barnage. The other guys only have 5. Defense pass rush is not that great. There's another dump off. This one incomplete. You'll dump off your way down the field. 2nd down and 10 for the Bengals. 8:24 to go in the half. Going right by. Most guys play at a fast pace. Slow pace. I used to play very fast. Everyone left Fozzie Whitaker. Defense calls pass. Fozzie got a nice card. Defensive end +1 and +5. Stephon Tuitt gets to it and makes the tackle. 5 on a 5. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals. Team. Third and 9 for the Bengals at the Green Bay 15. This time Jay goes 3 wide, 1 halfback, which surprises me. Baldwin, defense double teaming elsewhere. Foreman there. Ron saying, please don't dump off. Jay's got, there's another dump off. This one's going to go all the way. 18-yard touchdown. Down from Derek Carr to Robbie Anderson on the dump off. The Packers. And the Bengals will go up. I just realized that I do not have animation on. Never turned it back on after that play, so my bad. If you're watching it, now the extra point was no good. 11 was no good. So it is only a 9-3 game. Touchback, it looks like. And the game, like, just catching up now to show me the touchback. Gee, thanks very much. Lima Carlos Hyde, defense gets the pass. One linebacker in zone with his 3-4. Hyde's card is a 6-yard gain. Very solid linebacker card as well. 6-8 short gain gets wrong. 32 on the deuce with the 12. Solid and right. This Hyde card is just a very solid card. Second down and 4 for the Pack at their own 31. Flat pass right. Carlos Hyde, Jay flooding the zone. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Receiver gets right 3 yards. That was the receiver in the flat pass 2-man card. In the last 15 years to make the flat pass even better. To get us up to modern NFL stats and also, let's face it, modern NFL play style. I mean, you see so many 5, 6, 7, 8-yard completions to receivers and what have you in the modern NFL. Third down and 1 for the Pack. Trailing 9-3. At least they benefited from a missed extra point. Lima Carlos Hyde, Jay's run king Ryan Tannehill, center plus 10 plus 3. It's a 10-yard gain. It's a 5. Makes the block. Back up to their own 44. Possessions with 3 and out in this game, but they had a nice long drive for a field goal on possession number 3. And now they move the ball a little bit. And they like to answer Jay's touchdown with one of their own and convert on the extra point. It carries 50 yards for Carlos Hyde. He's not unlimited at all. Flat pass right to Hunter Henry. Jay calls run. Linebacker's only a 4. This should be good for the Pack. See if it gets wrong. It's even better than expected. It's a long game for Hunter Henry. He's reaching towards the end zone. He's going to be brought down at the 14-yard line. Hunter Henry, the rookie. As the rookies are doing it in the first half. Jack Conklin made a key block earlier. Now Hunter Henry with a 42-yard long flat pass, long game reception on his own card. The BS2 on the defense, if you don't mind me saying that. And it's 1st and 10 for the Pack at the Cincinnati 14. Oh. Tannehill 7 of 9 for 69 yards. Henry, 3 catches for 50 yards. 42 on that one. It's only 2 for 8 beforehand. We'll take a right to Carlos Hyde. Defense guesses wrong. 6 and 7, and Hyde's going to be a short gain. There was a linebacker there. He pops the short gain. Hyde's on his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Touchdown. 9 carries, 64 yards. 9-9 game. Jason Myers can make it 10. But we'll find out momentarily. And it's good. 2-10. They take the lead after a very slow start. Good job by Ron Dickinson. 4:48 to go with the first half. The kick goes down to the 4-yard line. Jordan Todman's got a great card, but he gets the opponent KR. 20-yard pickup, but it's 1st and 10 for the Bengals up at their own 24. On 3. And Green Bay's kicker, it looks like he does not get as many kicks deep in the end zone as you'd like. So you may see Todman with a chance at some big returns later in the game, including to start the second half. But right now, they're worried about the first half. And then right, Fozzie Whitaker, defense gets his pass. That's almost exclusively. It's a 12-yard gain for Fozzie, Waka, Waka, Waka. And it's a 1st down and 10 for the Bengals up at their own 36. Viciously pacing Fozzie, who was 4 carries for 19 yards. Actually, only had 57 carries for the year, so you don't need to pace him because he's not unlimited the second half. Off tackle left to Whitaker, which is a good way to mix it up. He's been running almost exclusively end run. 6 is a 2-yard gain. Well, that would have been a short gain on the end run. Jay says, I should have ran end run. 2nd and 8 for the Bengals at their own 38. 3 minutes to go. Here, get some points, get the ball to start the second half. But let's see if they can get a first down. Otherwise, Green Bay's thinking I can extend my lead before I have to kick to Jay to start the second half. 2nd down and 8 for the Bengals. Jay's been running a lot here in the second quarter. There's another one. Emmer left to Fozzie Whitaker. Defense again, just calling pass almost every play. 6 is a short gain. 1st down, 14 yards. He's just conceding the run. And Jay is taking it. but mixing in enough pass that you feel like there will be a pass eventually, sooner or later. But right now, it's 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the Green Bay 48. They're in Green Bay territory, only 2:24 to go. So I know they're both thinking now that Ron might call run because of what Jay's been doing. Let's see how the cat and mouse plays out. Short pass, Anquan Bolden. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Jay going for the safe receiver if he is going to throw his pass. Defender X a long gain, and he's safe indeed as he cannot make the play. It's a long gain touchdown, a 48-yard touchdown. Corner 5, the former first-round pick. Defender X a long gain, white die 6, long gain touchdown, 40 yards from Derek Carr to Anquan Bolden. I don't think we were expecting big plays in the passing game to Anquan Bolden. Yard variety in 16-10 Bengals. That's Jay Filling. And the Pack are now up against it. As 2:06 to go in the first half, Jay gets the ball to start the third quarter. 10. They say we got to do something here. And suddenly the crowd is swollen. As he's because of the parking situation. Dennis Crowley there with the muted microphone. And a Russell Wilson icon. 10 for Green Bay at their own 25, 2:06 to go. Aaron right, Carlos Hyde. He's been having a good game so far. Offensive onside tackle, 5-0. Jack is back. Jack Conklin with another nice block. 5, Ron Dickinson has built this team for the draft. And you can look at just the players in the field and you see it. Mike Evans, Hunter Henry, Carlos Hyde. That block. Desmond Trufant on defense, even though he just gave up a long gain. So, but Ron's did a very nice job building solidly through the draft for several years because this team was in bad shape several years ago. I think when he took it over, or just fallen into bad shape. I forget how you want to say it. But we're at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 5 for Green Bay. They're at their own 30. Short pass long gain is a heartbreaker for Ron. And right to Ryan Tannehill, but there's a linebacker in there. To remind us too, and after all the accolades, Conklin makes one more block to make it 3rd and 3, which was a big block because it would have been 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 3 for Green Bay. It feels like they've struggled on 3rd and short here against the Bengals tonight. One's a big one. You're down 16-10. You want to kick it back to Jay with 1:45 to go. And he's also got the ball to start the third quarter. Short pass, Mike Evans being shrewdly double-teamed by Jay. Ron says, can I get a dump-off now? The dump-off. Receiver gets right, dump-off, plus 4 yards, and a first down for Carlos Hyde in the passing game. Ron's getting dumped on by the dump-off. That's a new phrase, Dennis, that I just came up with. We can use that now. 1:45 to go for Green Bay. They're at their own 36. If he wins, and well, I won't if he loses. And if he loses, I'll face Dale Ripley. Watching is going to face either Paul or Jay. And we're going to Ryan Tannehill again. Ron says, I'm going to go right back to it. I want to see his Tannehill column. Roll 1, 2, 3. I don't know what it looks like. Dreaded 5, no gain. Might not be the column those might not be the droids that you're looking for with that emerald wrong column on your quarterback column, but when the right is replete with -6, 7s, and 8s further back in the playbook. 2nd and 10 for Ron at his own 36, 1:37 to go. No more end runs, which is probably in the Packers' favor. Linebacker Carlos Hyde, one linebacker there. He needs Hyde's card here. There's a 6 short gain. Carlos Hyde's going to town tonight. 84 yards and nothing longer than a short gain. A lot of times it's, a 45-yard run in there, and the rest is, okay stuff. But no, Carlos has been at 4, 5, 6, 12, 14, 19, what have you. And with 1:15 to go, at the Cincinnati 49, a full complement of timeouts for the Pack. Rushing carries for Carlos Hyde. He does have 11 more. Pack's number 2 running back is all that nor a bag of chips, but I would have to see. Long pass, Mike Evans, no one there, covered by 5. Dump off also in play. Complete, could not get the receiver reading. I'm assuming Evans is maxed out because he seems like that type of guy. 5, so defender X's would have been incomplete. 2nd and 10, 1:07 to go. Packers kicker, I think, is only okay. I have a hunch not to look at him, which means we might be about to witness a big play. Hunch that ended up being nothing. Two tights, two wides, one running back. Zach Miller has not had a pass thrown his way in a while. Tied at the linebacker 4. Defense double teaming elsewhere. White dice 6 in play. That's what Ron wants to see. 7, 6 yards of Tannehill's card. Again, maxed out flat pass. So you can see, even though Tannehill's got some picks, and boy, the interception right is 2 to 5, 11, and 12 on the flat. Dangerous outside receivers, and Tannehill, I think, is pretty decent long pass wrong this year. And with the sure-handed tight ends, so to speak, it's nice to say. I know their cards aren't among the best, but Henry and Zach Miller. He's got some options there. He could throw flat. He could throw deep. He could run it with Hyde. Get picked off. 3rd and 4, a minute to go. That play went out of bounds. What will the Packers do if they fail to convert this? Ron's a conservative coach. Left tackle right to Carlos Hyde. One linebacker in zone. Defense gets his pass. Hyde's card has been killing Jay. Can Ron do it again? 8 is +3, and you got to go for it here. He says, no doubt about it. Dennis will be beside himself if Ron punts here. 4th and 1 for Green Bay at the Cincinnati 40. 30 seconds. The Bengals call a timeout. Ooh. Jay throwing down the gauntlet, saying, I'm going to call timeout here. You go for it on 4th and 1 and you get it. I've just made it easier for you to get more yardage and kick your field goal. Maybe you get a touchdown. But I'm going to say that if I stop you, I've got more time to add more points to get the ball back to start the third quarter. I would not have called a defensive timeout there, I don't think, but I'm not sure. Of course, Jay's won 3 of the last 4 championships he's tried to win, which is a much better rate than I've had. So, 4th and 1, he run keyed Tannehill on a 3rd and 1 earlier, I think, or he run keyed Hyde. Tucker right to Hyde, one linebacker there. Defense guess is wrong. Offensive on tight end +5 or +0. It's a first down. Zach Miller, the veteran tight end, is a 5, makes the block. All timeout probably to bring it to 45 seconds instead of 30. He does. He looks across the field to the other sideline and says, thank you to Jay for the extra time that I'll now use to try to put some points on the board. 45 seconds left. 2 timeouts for the Pack here in the first half. They trail 16-10. He carries 92 yards and a touchdown here in the first half. As a good folks at Strat tell us, no fumbles. Who cares? Show the fumble if you got like 2 fumbles, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, 35. I'm a little conservative at times. I don't think field goal. How about a flat pass again? Maybe to Hunter or Henry. He got the long game last time. Hyde. Short pass, Hunter or Henry. 3 men there. The flat pass was flooded. So Jay had me figured out. Ball for Ron's favor. 20 yards. Racing towards the end zone. Mike Evans gets it to the 15-yard line. And all of a sudden, the Packers, who are facing 4th and 1 line, have now got a 1st and 10 at the Bengal 15. They're in the red zone. So I'm not calling any more timeouts. I don't know, maybe if he gets to the 1-yard line this time. 37 seconds left. 1 timeout for the Packers. Carlos Hyde's been so hot with the short games. Both coaches have to be thinking, is pretty dangerous right now. So I think we'll see Ron throw a pass. And Jay's got the good pass defense. So many things to consider here. Ron's like, I like that dump-off stuff. Probably got something. We get a short pass to Kenny Britt, Foreman in zone. Receiver is good because he's got yardage. Covered by 5, incomplete on Tannehill's card on the 5. You see the pick on Tannehill on short pass right is almost clean. And you're playing a good, is going to have 4 guys in there. So Ron's like, well, I don't know what to do. I need a touchdown, and we all know I want to run it with Hyde. And Jay might call runs. I got to try and do something here. Too conservative or too obvious. 2nd down and 10. Both these outside receivers got yardage. Short pass, Kenny Britt again. Foreman in zone. He wants a receiver, a touchdown, or something good on Tannehill's card, or a dump off. 3, 10 yards for Tannehill's card. 5-yard line. Did not get out of bounds. Might spike it here, believe it or not. Give yourself 15 seconds. Because hurry up gets you to 8. Timeout gets you to no. He calls his last time out. Oh my stars and garters. Play now. If he runs a play now that does not go out of bounds, that clock might go down to 1 second. Then you have to kick the field goal. We don't usually like to spike it, but that would have been a spike opportunity. If you spiked it, you get 2nd and goal and 5. You got, and now you're going to run at least 2 plays from scrimmage. So so that would have been the way to think that out. I believe Dennis knows the clock better than I do, and could maybe say Chris Thompson checks in. Oh, running back behind Carlos Hyde. Defense showing blitz. Thompson's got Joe Gaines in the card, and he's a dangerous receiver. They got the interception in play, which would be devastating for Ron. 22 seconds to go. No timeouts for the Packers. First and goal at the 5. Thompson dangerous from the end run. That's the only potential out of bounds place. You know Jay's going to plug some end runs here. Will the possible free safety blitz, possible double team? Receiver only covered by 4. That's going to be on Jay's mind. Everyone else is covered by 5. Should be Zach Miller. The blitz is on. 3 men there. 12. He's covered by 5. Incomplete. And you see now he has to kick a field goal. He only got 1 extra play because he called that timeout and first to go from the 5. Down. I missed it. Oh, my goodness. What happened there? The animation looked like it was incomplete, but it was a white die 6 touchdown. One of the worst broadcasting calls in league history. Touchdown from Ryan Tannehill, Zach Miller, the white die 6. Excuse me, folks. 17-16. Green Bay. And like I just said, Ron did a wonderful job calling timeout on first down. Oh, my goodness. It's there. And then you have the squib kickoff. They have it 17-16 at the half. Between Ron Dickinson's pack. It's a hell of a half. That's right, Jay. But meanwhile, there's 1 play left on my game. And there it goes. I guess there are no more plays left. We're at the half. 17-16 pack by strength, on the strength of by Dustin Hopkins. They've got 208 yards of offense. The Bengals 215. So both teams well on their way to 400 yards of offense. There's been no turnovers, no sacks. The second quarter was 17-13 because the offense for Green Bay particularly to start. Now, in the regular season, Green Bay was number 11 in points scored in the league with 22.8. Cincinnati was 6th with 26 points a game. On the other side of the ball, Green Bay was 8th in the league, allowing only 19.6 points per game. They'll be hard-pressed to hold Cincinnati to that number after this first half. Cincinnati, believe it or not, was 14th in the league at 21.3 points allowed. At the top of the standings offense that have had the best records in this SOMIFA regular season. That's not always the case, so don't read too much into that. Oh, the offense is the way to go. Believe me, we don't like to have a good defense. And for the record, Dennis Crowley, number 2 in the league in points allowed, is 13-3. And Tennessee with Mick, number 3 in the league at 18.4 points a game, is 11-5. One of the 3 11-5 teams tied for the 4th seed. Still certainly valued. As a matter of fact, 1, 2, 3 for the top 5 defensive teams, and 7 of the top 8. Whereas for scoring, top three seeds in the league are 1, 2, 3. And scoring, wow. Oh my goodness. The top 11. We had 11 teams make the playoffs. Well, Ed didn't make it technically. That's right. He lost to many playoffs. And 10 of the top 11 in scoring made the playoffs. Lost him at 13. Very impressive there. What does it mean? I don't know. Depends on a good defense and hopefully some adequate special teams, if not better. And then you have a good chance. And I need to adjust something here, which means I'm going to miss this exciting kickoff to Jordan Tobin, but I may have to adjust for 30 seconds. I'm going to mute my microphone. I'm not disappearing. Okay, here we go. We are mind linked, and the guy did not start the second half, and I happened to be ready, and then they happened to kick off right away. Some Luke Skywalker action there. Touchback. So we don't see the highly anticipated Jordan Todman attempted kickoff return here. Everyone's got 3 and 11 touchback, and that's what Jason Myers hit. Second half. Packers. Bengals with the ball. 2-yard pitch out to Matt Forte. 6 carries, 25 yards, but he had a 23-yarder. So a little math will tell you he's got 5 carries for 2 yards. Outside of that, 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. They trail by 1. Eddie Lacy back in. Did not carry the ball. Off tackle right for Lacy, running at the 6, behind the right tackle 5. Bonds at end +7 and +2. That's Kyle Rudolph is a 0. I know you call a lot of passes like that. Kyle Rudolph really can't block that bad. Can't be a 4. I don't know. Anyway, 3rd and 6 for the Bengals at their own 29. The Vikings' run game was pretty poor last year, so wasn't that great this year either. 3rd and 6 for the Bengals at their own 29. Halfback, big play here. Jay's going to give away his advantage of starting the second half with the kick with the ball if he has to go 3 and out. Of course, it's only by 1, but just saying. Robbie Anderson's the 3rd receiver. He's been double teamed a couple of times. There, Matt Forte in for a little bit of receiving. On a much shorter 3rd down, trip pass Anquan Bolden with the big 40-yard touchdown in the first half, covered by 5, 4-man in zone, dump up and killing Iran all night. For Derek Carr, and he slides just for enough. 6 yards and a first down. As Carr has 2 to 9 is 4 yards or more. Got a decent muster on Carr. I think last year's muster on Carr was better. Who cares? Actually ran with Cunningham, but he's a little mobile when he's not playing with broken bones in his back. But first down and 10 for the Bengals at their own 35. Kyle Rudolph, defense gets his pass, but there's no one there. And you're not going to get a sack, but it could be a flat pass right. Receiver gets right 6 yards. Same thing happened earlier in the game. You had a flat pass, no man gets right, and you got the no man column and a receiver. Scored. Rudolph, the red-nosed receiver. 2nd and 4. I know he's a tight end, but that's not as alliterative. 2nd and 4 for the Bengals at their own 41. 12:36 to go. Best Gary Barnage, 3-minute zone. Defense double team Baldwin. Baldwin getting a lot of extra attention tonight as he's covered by 4. Picked up 2 to 4 down and 12, but no, it's complete for 12 yards in the first down. 3-man average split. I think that would have been incomplete against a good. So the home field helping out Jay right there. Bengals fans creating disorientation in the Packers secondary, I'm sure. 1st and 10, rather. Linebacker Eddie Lacy, defense gets the pass, double teaming Baldwin. 5 yards on the defense's card, 2nd and 5. This is 7 yards. Didn't see him run the ball in the first half. He was on the field a few plays. Check it in. It's been a 3 running back D for the Bengals tonight. Off tackle left to Matt Forte. 8 on the defense, 10 yards. The old no linebacker 8, which is the bane of defensive coaches everywhere. And the Bengals are now at the Green Bay 32. Big 3rd and 6 early in the drive. Could have led to a 3 and out. Must run. Barely gets to 6 yards. Now the Bengals are threatening again. Short pass Gary Barnage. Defense double teaming Matt Forte, covered by the outside linebacker 4. Barnage covered by a 5. 3-minute zone. And 12 box scores. Long gain. Barnage on his way to the end zone. Touchdown Bengals. It's been a big play fest tonight, especially in the passing game for the Bengals. It's 22-17. They can go for 2, but they're going to go for 1. Good. 23-17. So they lead by 6. DeAnthony Thomas takes it 3 yards deep in the end zone. What's he going to do? I think this is a downing it situation, but I don't know his card terribly well. He takes it out, he fumbles, but Green Bay recovers their own fumble. In on 12, and a 2 is 41 yards. Otherwise, you're certainly falling short of the 25-yard line. Play. It was almost a big play against him. But there was no fumble, as the white die was a 5. Fumble. Strat's got all these little rules that they brought in over the last 15, 20 years to improve those things to a better statistical accuracy. Linebacker Carlos Hyde gets wrong, 6 yards for Hyde. He had 14 carries, 98 yards. The Packers are the 116. They trailed 23-17. High-scoring game. Completed bomb. I think he only tried the one to Mike Evans. And Barber checks in for Green Bay. As these guys are showing us all the running backs on the roster tonight. Off tackle left to Peyton. Defense calls run. No linebackers there. He's got some zeros and minuses. Gets right. 2 is a 2-yard gain. This right guard is not that good. With a wrong call on 2nd and short. But next thing you know, you're putting yourself in containment when you're running the ball with a guy like this on 2nd and 4. Green Bay at their own 18. But hey, we all do what we have. We all do what we can and work with what we have. Don't always have the card that you like to have when you're trying to find a good play to call. Green Bay at their own 18. The defense is just filled with 5s on both sides. It's a nice for Hunter Henry. Defense calls pass, linebacker 6 out there. That's the safety. Defender +1 or +3. 3 yards and a first down because Hunter Henry was the second tight end. Anyway, so that would have beaten the outside linebacker 5. Jay had brought Devin McCourty up. Perfect. But perfect is a 5. So first down for Green Bay, barely there. That was a close one. 13 of 17, a buck 17, has not thrown an interception, and you feel like one of those might be looming. Chris Thompson checks in. He's got a dangerous card. A lot of big play potential here right now. And run right to Chris Thompson. Defense calls pass. No linebackers there. Tight end to 5. No block coming back in the game. 8's a short gain on Thompson's card. One of Dennis's favorites. Teams a few years ago that's been very good for him. 15-yard first down for Thompson up at his own 35. The fumble number is fine for Thompson this year, 7.8. That was a little bit of a problem on one earlier card particularly. Fumble 7.3. It's a little higher than you like for a quarterback. Short pass to Mike Evans. If he gets this wrong, 3-minute zone receiver could be something big, but it's 11 yards and a first down in Tannehill's card. 47. I had not seen the first down and 10 short pass that much from Green Bay, but again, they're going to throw all the different types of plays. They're not going to stick to the same 3 or 4 and become, which soon leads to a captain defeated. First and 10 for Green Bay at their own 47, midway through the third quarter. Very nice pace for this game. As well. And again, 5 good receiving targets out there. Flat pass right to Zach Miller. Jay's been flooding flats, and he does it again, this time correctly. Guessed wrong, though. He gets the receiver on the defense's card against 2 men. So you're happy for that. And then you get the incompletion. I believe for Zach Miller, who I previously called sure-handed. 2nd and 10. Everyone in the brother going, is he going to run it with Chris Thompson? We all know the deal. 2nd and long. And short gains. Usually this like scat back type of guy, traditionally anyway. So see if Jay gives him a 2nd and 10 run call or not, or says, I'll make you beat me with that run. Brings the outside linebacker up to plug the end run. Maybe Ron throws to Chris Thompson because of that. They give you either an off. I think it's down the field, short pass, long pass. Ron doesn't strike me as a 2nd and 10 long pass guy, but that's why you might do it. Short pass, Mike Evans being double teamed. Ron is incomplete in Tannehill's card. Would not have been anything guessed right. Anyway. And now Ron has got to face a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. Home team's looking for well, I don't want to reveal the results of the early game tonight in case anyone didn't watch it. They're planning on watching it. Spoilers. especially since that game was at a 5:30 start. Not conducive to great ratings. All right, since it's 3rd and 10, what do I want to do here? I need offensive formation. Tannehill, 14 of 20, but only 128 yards. I went fullback with the famous Nick O'Leary at fullback. He's on my AW team. He's a tight end 6, blocking back 0-0. Type of card. Rashard Matthews is a fine third receiver. He's coming by 4. Everyone else coming by 5. So you got options, and probably not a lot of pass rush coming your way. We'll double and throw a flat. Probably not. Probably throw a short pass and say, even if he doubles, I can get a dump off. Picked short pass either to Britt or Henry. I'm going to predict short pass. That's my prediction. Let's see. Short pass, Nick O'Leary, covered by the 4. Not covered by anybody. Defender X to be wide open. Right at it. They go 2-6, and Tannehill's cover receiver gets right incomplete on a 10. You see, unfortunately, the famous Nick O'Leary only has 11 units. And Green Bay will have to punt it. They were not able to answer the Bengals finally. There's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of scoring. You score, I score, you score, I score, you score, I score. But now you score, and I don't score. That's how a game can be seized control of. I can get a 2-score advantage. Still a fair amount of football to play. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Bengals up 23-17, the defending champs. Following the touchback on the punt. Off tackle left to Eddie Lacy. Blocking back +1 or -1. So 1 from the 2 tight end formation. We live with that. Who like the 2 tight end, 2 wide running back, because you know why we live with it? Because the blocking backs suck at receiving. Even like a not very good second tight end is usually not that bad. And that's before you get into the disproportionate influence. Some people would say 20 catches with a good average, and Strat gives them a pretty nice card for yardage, and they'll get excited to use that guy. 2nd and 11 for the Bengals at their own 19. In there, off tackle left to Lacy. Defense calls pass. I think Lacy might have the 6-7 short gain, but he gets 8 on the defense for 10 yards. 3rd down and 1 for the Bengals at their own 29. So hard to stop someone. 3rd and 2 in these modern Strat leagues with the wide die 6 and the dump off. 6. Even with the dump off. If you try to beat him over the top and he calls pass, you still might catch a break. Huge play here. Green Bay's defense figuring out what to do. I think we'll see a flat pass. No, linebacker Lacy. Defense calls right. So Ron wants it on Jay's card. Defense's card is almost certainly going to be a 1st down. 5, -1 on Lacy's card. He had 4, 9, 10 units that would not get him the 1st down. 26 that did, and Jay hit one of the bad 10. That was maybe a 1-7 shot at Michigan. He missed it, and I was going to punt from his own 28. Britton Colquitt. 4th and 2. 40-yard punt, not that great. Down inside the 40, Eric Weems. We know 2 and 8 are good. He pops at 8 upon a punt return. 15 yards. 2, 8, 9 is what you want here. Has wonderful field position following a 25-yard net punt. They've got the ball at their own 47, 3:54 to go, 3:17. Jay stopped him last time. Carlos Hyde down to 8 unfatigued carries, but Chris Thompson's got a good card. Not guess right so much, but short pass Zach Miller, 3 men there. Defense calls pass, dump off in play, dump off for 4 to Carlos Hyde, 2nd and 6 at the Cincinnati 49. We have 2 coaches playing. We have 5 guys watching. So that's 7 out of 24 people. With almost a third of the league is invested in this game in some way. 2nd and 6 for the Packers. Bradley Miller, Yes. 2nd and 6 for the Packers at the Cincinnati 49. Off tackle left to Carlos Hyde. Defense run king, bringing in everybody. Jay says, I've seen enough of this. Oh, when he gets a fumble, -1 a loose ball. Cincinnati comes in at the 50-yard line, and they fall on it. And goes run key. Carlos Hyde sells out, gives a long pass wrong. Ron has not been throwing a long pass, and Jay's got fives covering guys. To it, the off tackle result, but he forced the fumble because it was a 67.3 because of the run key. It was only a 60. So outside of a run key, that would not have been a fumble. Fell on it. It's 23-17, and that's how you win multiple championships, I guess, by doing the right thing at the right time. Short pass to Guy Barnage. Out of nowhere, Jay just selling out for the run key. Okay, let's see if we can capitalize here. All right, now let's get a couple of first downs, at least get a field goal. Justin Hopkins only 2 to 11-12 for the 23 to the 32. Green Bay 50. One pass, Doug Baldwin. Nobody there, covered by 4. It's guessed correctly. White dot 5 or 6 is deadly for the defense. And you get a dump off, short gain, 18 yards, first down, 32-yard line, 33-yard line. I guess somebody was capped at 17, and they were. I will not scroll up to see who. I would guess Eddie Lacy. He was probably in the game, wasn't he? And the Bengals, the defending champs, on the brink of field goal range. Jay's thinking more. He's thinking, let's keep the drive going. Let's see what happens. I'm not thinking field goal. I'm just going to keep the drive going. Anquan Bolden, successful double team by Ron. That's the benefit. It was another dump off. Receiver gets double teamed, is incomplete. 14 yards, gets right. 1926 card for Anquan Bolden. But the yardage is a far cry from his early Arizona Cardinal days. Dangerous player. 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Look, Matt Forte, no linebackers there. And 8 is a 7-yard gain for Forte, one of his better results. So Jay assures himself better field goal range, 3rd and 3. The sack is not even really a consideration. Evans and not much of a Green Bay pass rush. Third down and 3 for the Bengals. The Green Bay 26. Linebacker Matt Forte. Defense double teams Kyle Rudolph. No linebackers in the zone. 7 is 5 yards in the first down in the defense. The pressure now, as he's already down by 6. The third quarter. Jay is knocking on the door of the end zone. Well, he's at the Green Bay 21, but that end zone looks pretty close. Off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Defense calls pass. 31 yards. Touchdown. Eddie Lacy, it's 21-yard. He does have the 6-7 short gain. 29-17 Bengals. Does he go for 2? Does he go for 1? It's 2 to 10 extra point. Go for 2. Try to make it a true 2-touchdown game. Out for 10. Let's see the running backs. Randall Telfer, the blocking back. At 5, Rudolph covered by a 6. Off tackle right, a Lacy, 2 linebackers in zone with 1 linebacker. Versus 4-3, -1 on Lacy's card. So the 2-point conversion fails. But it probably won't be that big a deal. The kick goes down to the 4-yard line. Run back 21 yards by Chris Thompson. Up to the 25, same as a touchback. And now we start the fourth quarter. Back 29-17. And Ron's got to do something this drive. And that something should probably be a touchdown. Because he's down by 12. He's down by 2 touchdowns. Conversion's going to save him. And allow one of those scores to be filled. These 2 touchdowns. Off tackle right, Chris Thompson. Defense calls pass. No linebackers there. Tackle 8 or 3. This Conklin again. You get those games sometimes. He comes up like 4 times. And that's been Conklin tonight. And he's He's been up to the task each time. Could see a lot of Chris Thompson running here if Jay's going to concede the run. Jay's not the type to just automatically concede the run, though. Might mix in that run call to make you have to throw it, and Tannell's got picks on his card. Off tackle, there it is. Off tackle right to Chris Thompson. Jay calls run. There's one linebacker in zone. Linebacker -1 and +4. A loss of 1. Vinny Ray is the 5. 5 and a 5. 3rd and 3. I can't just run the ball on 1st and 10 or even 2nd and 10 with Thompson the rest of this drive. Carlos Hyde comes in on 3rd and 3. Hyde a little lower on carries, down to 7 and fatigued. Work for the Packers tonight. But there's a lot more work to be done by this team if they can come back against the defending champion, whose hands glisten with multiple SOMIFA League championship rings. Linebacker Carlos Hyde, 2 linebackers there. Defense calls pass. Gets wrong, 4 yards for Hyde. He's doing well. He just had the fumble. I can't blame him. It was a successful run key with the guy in the zone. Well, I forgot about that, but he's running so well otherwise. Checks in. I think it's Jay going to call right again. Am I going to do a run check again? He's still looking at the 6. 5 pass left. Chris Thompson. Jay did call run again. 5 linebacker there. Thompson's got a good card. 9 yards for Tannehill on the completion. We'll let you go hurry up earlier in the game if you wanted to. Where the Bengals offense is going. That in the NFL, the Packers would be moving here with great urgency, unless perhaps they were coached by Andy Reid. 2nd and 1 for the Packers. Chris Thompson's still in there. Now I think Jay's, we'll see. I don't think Jay's going to be calling run too much the next few plays. Jay's such a... Can't figure out exactly what he's going to do. Linebacker Tannehill. 2 linebackers there. Yes. Tannehill gains 4 yards. That would have been a dreaded 5 on anyone but a linebacker, on anyone but the quarterback on a linebacker. Yards on a 1st down. Green Bay up at their own 49. Only 11:42 to go. A touchdown this drive, pretty much. After that, you're relying on more, flukier plays and turnovers and short best kitty bread. Defense calls pass. 3 men there. Ron says, how about a big dump off for 20 yards? Receiver gets right. 14 yards on a 1st down. Britt brings the Packers across midfield. They're at the Cincinnati 37. They trail by 12. 11:06 to go. Zone. Ron's called a good game offensively. These guys are very good coaches. I mean, Thompson, no linebackers there. Ron wants his own card. No dreaded 5, please. 12 is 8 yards. Box score. Not as dangerous with the huge runs, but he's got the short gains, as you see, 3, 6, and 7, and a lot of the quality yards on the card. So they got a 2nd and 2 down for Green Bay at the Cincinnati 29. 10:30 to go. Because it's important. Bengals running out of time. 12 points in the next 10:30. The Cincinnati 29 here. Bomb, because I think he's scared of the interception. Off tackle left for Chris Thompson. No linebackers there. Pass is called. 1st down. Says, boy, I could use that short gain or maybe a little 6 or 9, something a little better than that. Down to the Cincinnati 25, 9:54 to go. Pass to Britt or Evans. Jay's been double teaming those guys. Jay's been doing it all, seemingly. He's been flooding the flat. He's been mixing a run call. So I don't think Ron feels comfortable calling anything, except maybe a looking pass to Hunter Henry against a 6. Off tackle left to Thompson. Defense calls pass, puts a linebacker in there this time. Ron says, I want that 6 or 7 on my card. Gets offensive onside tackle on a 7 on the defense. Lane Johnson's a 5, makes the block. Bengals. At the Cincinnati 19. Have to punch the ball into the end zone. Can he do it? 29-20 does not really help. Offer inside the red zone. It's going to be 4-man short pass. We're going to have flooded flats. Might be more linebackers on line of scrimmage. Tannell's got that pick. Short best Kenny Britt. 3 men there. Defense double teaming elsewhere. There. Britt caught one earlier on this drive. And dump off. Short gain. Snake eyes. Touchdown. 20 yards on the dump off. Ryan Tannehill to Carlos Hyde is doing it all. 6 catches, 47 yards, over 150 yards of offense from scrimmage. Jason Myers for the extra point is good. 29-24. Jay Billings says, thank God I did that run key on Carlos Hyde. And they're still up against it. And the kick goes deep into the end zone of Alex Erickson, who will most assuredly down it. With the 2-point try, could potentially come back to backfire on Jay. He missed the extra point earlier, so it wasn't like he was doing it to be greedy. Because he missed that last 2-point try. It's a field goal. Ron could come back with a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie the game at 32. Whereas Jay just kicked the extra point. Left to Eddie Lacy. Defense gets his pass, but has one linebacker there. Offensive onside end +2 or -2. Gary Barnes is only a 4. Loss of 2 on the off tackle wrong on 1st and 10, 2nd and 12. But Cincinnati does this drive, well, they score a touchdown. The game is pretty much over. Down, no matter what else happens, the Bengals need a touchdown to take the lead against Jay Villing. 12. 8:24 to go in the game. 23. Eddie Lacy's still in there. Had the big 21-yard touchdown. 3rd quarter. That put the Bengals up 29-17. Now it's 29-24. 1 first down would be huge for Jay. Off tackle left to Eddie Lacy. No one there. He's got short gains on 6 and 7 and other good stuff. Offensive onside end 7-2. Gary Barnett says, I must redeem myself. And makes the block 4 and a 4. 5. 3rd and 5 with Derek Carr and a wall of 7s. And Jay's been doing well on 3rd down, I almost certainly believe. It's true, he's 7 of 10. 7 of 10 on 3rd down for the Bengals. Three wide, 1 halfback, Matt Forte. We have not seen a draw of any kind from Jay, nor do I think we will. I don't think he has the running back nor the offensive line to want to do that here. Look at best Kyle Rudolph. 5 linebacker in zone. 6 covering Rudolph. Derek Carr's good. 6 is 6 yards and a first down from the young Oakland quarterback to the veteran Minnesota tight end. And the Bengals at their own 36, 7:12 to go. Down. Ron says, I can't get him off the field. 25, 227, 3 touchdowns. Eddie Lacy checks back in. Everyone's thinking Ron. Will Ron throw flat? Will Jay throw flat? He throws short. Short pass Gary Barnage. Defense double teaming elsewhere. It is incomplete. Thank God. No dump off that time. You need the receiver to be just slightly open enough for the quarterback to want to throw it and not check it down. It just messed up somehow. I guess that's what we're looking for. No one to say, oh, he's covered it, but check it down. 2nd and 10 for the Bengals at their own 36. Being double teamed. A true flat pass double team is going to be big trouble. Oh, 4 is a 1-yard completion. With 2 men in zone. 3 was picked off 2 to 10 in Cincinnati territory on a flat pass. You know what that means. Touchdown. There was only a 1 in 18 chance, roughly, of the interception happening, but still. Anytime team, I got a little excited. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals. Ron finally forced a 3rd down miss here. 3rd and 9. Bringing in Trent Murphy back on the left guard 7. When Jay might throw to the guy. Or throw a flat pass. He brings in Trent Murphy again. Move. Again, in this matchup, 3rd and 9 for the Bengals at 137. Tyler Higbee is the fullback. Has not been the target of a 3rd down pass yet, I believe. Baldwin's covered by 4. Robbie Anson's covered by 4. Ron's been double teaming Robbie successfully. 9. Bolden's been the target a couple of times. So I think Jay might go Higbee or Baldwin. Should bet Doug Baldwin being double teamed by the safety. Dump off. One time, no dump off. I was always asking. Strat gods. It's a dump off, but only for 6 yards to Higbee. And the Bengals will punt it. 4th and 3 for their own 43. It's a 50-yard punt. Goes inside the 10-yard line. Down to the 7. It takes a Bengal bounce. Bounces 6 yards. Strat's saying, let's ramp up the as that ball is down at the 1-yard line. The Packers 99 yards to go. Where's John Elway when they need him? 4 to go in the game. Carlos Hyde checks in. Who else? You're on offense. The pass rush is not that great. You know he doesn't win. You know he wants to keep away from the looking. He might call run, even if it's ready to run key, and then he get hit with a safety. Maybe a short pass to Hunter Henry. Covered by a 5. Long pass, Mike Evans. Defense run king. Nobody there. Evans covered by a 5. Long pass wrong. Could be a 99-yard touchdown. Receiver, long gain. Mike Evans. He's going way downfield, across the 40, across the 50. He's into Bengal territory, brought down the 20-yard line. Scope. No, it was a receiver long gain. He did not show blitz. I mentioned not calling a run and leaving the one pass zone open, but it didn't matter. 6 was a receiver even with 1 man. Ron says, I'm going to go Dennis Crowley here and go big or go home. Receiver gets wrong. Long gain, 79-yard completion. 1 long pass the entire game before that, but there's like 5:12 to go now. Need a touchdown, so what the hell? 10 for the Pack at the Bengal 20. Short pass, Mike Evans. Defense goes short yardage. Ron says, give me a receiver, baby. 6 at 11 yards to the first down at the Bengal 9. Green Bay still needs a touchdown. I wonder now if they get stuffed, if they'll kick the field goal, though. 7 with 2.5 minutes left. If they have like a 4th and goal from the 6 or something undesirable like that. And then say, then I got to stop Jay and get the ball back and drive again and get a field goal. And if I miss it, try and stop Jay, who's inside his own 10. Try to get the ball back, then you touch it. That's a tough call. I'd hate to be in that spot. Ron says, you know what would be helpful if I just got the touchdown like well before that. So I have to face that 4th down decision. Chris Thompson checks in. Receiving threat, running threat. Tannehill, 20-27, 264. Interception in play. I haven't seen it yet. Short pass, Chris Thompson gets wrong. They're all 4 men in zone. Thompson covered by 4. 5 is incomplete against those good pass defense cards with 4 men in zone. You see the scary pick, 2 to 7, 12 and a 9. 2nd and goal for the 9. Nothing wrong could have done there. That would have been a dreaded 5 on a handoff to Thompson. Thompson stays on the field. 2nd and goal for the Packers at the 9. 5 viable receiving targets. That's what you want to have. And I'm covered by a 6. Jay not showing blitz. I'm going to ride my zone or I'm going to double team. The defense gets the pass. Foreman there. Miller covered by 5. 2 to 6 and Tannehill's guard is good. 5 incomplete. It's not 2 to 6 good. 3, 4, and 6 good. It's early numbers. 3rd and goal from the 9. On out there. Give me the end zone. Come on now. 3rd and goal for the 9. Tannehill showed up. That's right. Not particularly strong. Of completion. 6 units of must run, where presumably he's pretty decent, but not great. 3rd and goal for the 9. Dare we see a running play here? Try and get that short gain? I don't know. They might be double teaming with the linebackers, but you're not going to get a box, but you get just a flat out 8. Jiggle nickel 3-3-5, almost goading Ron into running it. Very ballsy defensive calls in the last year or two as I'm watching these games. Dennis give like a long pass, like 50 yards, like a 2nd and 17 run. I think he was getting around Russell. 3rd and goal for the 9. Thompson Ron did it. He did his own card, one linebacker there. He did 1, 2, 3. It's offensive onside guard, 7-2. That's not a good guard. Stefan Wisniewski is only a 4. 4th and goal from the 7. 3 minutes to go. You're down by 5. What do you do? That's what faces Ron Dickinson right now. For it. You got to go for it. Absolutely. Got to go for it. Spellman off. Microphone off. Jay asked if are we stuck after only a few seconds. Ron says no. Ron is thinking, give me a minute here, pal. Down 29-24. It's 4th and goal. 3 minutes to go. I'm not sure what I want to do. And Ron says, yes, LOL. He's kind of stuck in terms of his decision here. What do I do? Oh, what a great game this has been. Earlier with Indianapolis. Oh, stuck. I thought it was semantics. Jay inventing the 3-minute glitch. So if you are somebody watching the game, in the game itself and not just on my screen, you will need to get a post. Spell mode on. As I spam the form, spam refresh. So Dennis posted the Indianapolis Houston game. For people who have not seen that game, I won't reveal any spoilers. Good game. Jay gave me the number, 26023. Spell mode on. 26023. So if you're listening, that number is 26023. In case you have the game up. Some guys, they put the game up and listen to me. Other guys just watch the broadcast window. Last wildcard game will be up to the SOMIFA quarterfinals. And if we know our esteemed commissioner, Ed Burrow, those files will be out tonight. We have some Strat-o-matic football SOMIFA playoff action this weekend. As you take a break from the NFL action, I do think we have, and the East-West Shrine game might be on Saturday, NFL Network. I always want to tape those games to watch them for scouting purposes, and I always forget to. Finally, I can remember. Spell it off. Launched, question mark. Press enter key. Spell it on. Two 26023. I'm waiting for server teams. Is anyone else out there in Strat-o-matic land? I might be having an issue. He said 26023, but I'm not connected yet. I'm not doing well. That spell it off. Are you sure that is the proper game number? Question mark. Press enter key. Spell mode on. Go to sleep. Well, we have a problem. 26023. Spell mode off. It shows open quote waiting for server teams. Period, close quote. Survey teams. Press enter key. Spell mode on. Tango Kilo Sierra. Type delete key. Press enter key. Go to sleep. He's going to relaunch. It's like one of those stupid instant replay situations or something. Game. Watch game. Launch. Spell mode off. So there will be a new game number coming, right? Question mark. Key. Spell mode on. Go to sleep. I could use a commercial right about now. I had to kill 30 seconds. All right, now we have a 51045 game number. Wake up. 51045. Spell it off. Do something in the game, Prid. I think I'm in. Press enter key. Microphone off. Yes, looks like I'm in. Here we go. All right, 4th and goal from the 7. We have an off tackle right for Carlos Hyde. Defense is double teaming Mike Evans. Oh, either that or absolutely nothing has happened. What's going on here? 2:24 to play. Yep. All right, so it looks like a reset where Green Bay is calling their offensive formation. I'm going to turn off the animation on this play to make sure we get to see what happens, so to speak. All right, looks like Green Bay is going 3 wide, 1 half back. No, they haven't chosen their formation yet. Ron taking his time. Certainly don't want to pressure anyone here. Okay. Green Bay going 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back. No shotgun. Wants to keep his off-tackle options open. Jay going to go nickel 3-3-5 with the threat of 2 true double-doubles. And some possible linebacker doubling in there. Yes. 3-3-5 for Jay Velling, the defending champion. Zone, among other things. 4th and goal from the 7 for the Packers. 2:24 to go. 9-24. Bengals leading. Hard. Doesn't have a lot going on there on the right. Well, the must run in play if he's not double teamed. No dump off, of course, inside the 10. Thompson Hit your own card. You need 7 yards or more for the touchdown. And Emerald Wrong looked pretty good. Thompson's going to be covered by that linebacker 4, so that guy's not going to leave here. Hunter Henry's covered, so it's a good chance Jay's going to play the end run there with the outside linebackers. Disconnected. Oh, my goodness. Humanity. Jesus. Spell it off. OMG, Prid. Is it another restart, question mark? Press enter key. Microphone off. As you may or may not have noticed, I use a speech recognition program, so when you hear me saying all kinds of strange things, that's what's going on. The game that would not die. Spell it off. Okay, come on, please give me the game number, Prid. We have quite a few people live coming watching. Smiley face. Press enter key. At least this didn't happen in a pivotal part of the game. Press enter key. Microphone off. Oh, Strat-o-matic. We love you. But oh my goodness. Seriously? 28807 if you're scoring at home. Spell mode on. 28807. Microphone off. For all the problems we're having tonight, and we're all connected now, they can actually still a lot better with this version of the game than it has been with every previous version. Okay, game reset. It goes back to 3 minutes, which was correct. There's some kind of bug where sometimes you get disconnected and you reconnect and the clock has moved. I feel like I've experienced that a couple of times. And it looked like we were about to experience it again. But now going off of Ron's file, the clock is correct. It was 3 minutes when we first disconnected. Okay, and now we're on the opposite side of the field. Just to make it more interesting. Okay. 4th and goal for the 7 for the Green Bay Packers. There was a lot of drama here a minute ago. Now there's simply fatigue. We all decided, all right, get it over with. Let's see what happens. That's not totally true, but it would have been nice to have that play call in the normal rhythm of the game. All right, we got 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back for Green Bay. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. Chris Thompson, your running back. I do not like seeing a blue circle. The blue circle of uncertainty. And short bet's Chris Thompson. Defense run king, Chris Thompson. With his foreman there. Can he get something? A touchdown, Ryan Tannehill on a 5. It's a 15-yard touchdown from Tannehill to Thompson. Would have been incomplete, guessed correctly. And the Pack is back on top, 30-29. And they're going to try a 2-pointer here to make it a field goal game. And it's not. And if you were planning on going to bed early and tucking in the kiddies, you might have to wait around for overtime. If Jay Billings, Cincinnati Bengals, come down the field to kick a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win, and Jordan Todman is going to look to receive a kick. But now Ron is taking his time thinking about what to do on this 2-point conversion. Spectator has joined. If I had to guess, I would guess that was Dennis Crowley, but There was not in the studio audience. And is still not. First and goal to 2. It's a 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion try from where else? For the 12-yard line. No, from the 2. From the 2. We don't have the penalties. 2:42 to go. Full house backfield. Carlos Hyde and Peyton Barber in. Short pass Mike Evans. Defense double teaming Zach Miller. Can Tannehill give one more crisp throw here? Defender extra short gain. Did not get it. Adam Jones, the venerable one, makes the play. And it's a very scary situation now for both coaches. Kickoff down to the 5-yard line. Jordan Toppin's got a chance. Runs it back 27 yards. And the Bengals will start at their own 32. Trailing 30-29. The defending champs. The 2-time SSFA champ. 2:24 to go. The home team needs to drive and get a field goal to win the game. Depending how much time he leaves. 2 to 8, 11, and 12 for Hopkins. For the 23 to 32, only 2 to 9, 11, and 12. 2 to 9 and 12 from closer. 2 to 6 from deep, which is only out to the 37. Derek Carr, Eddie Lacy, 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back, 2:06 to go. So 2-minute warning after this. Everyone thinking of running play. It is off tackle left, Eddie Lacy. Looking for the short gain, 3-6-7. Offensive onside tackle, +4, -1. And the rookie, Taylor Decker, for the second time today, fails to execute the block. A loss of 1 for the Bengals. As a gain of 1, rather, instead of a gain of 4 for the Bengals. Not what they were hoping for. That off tackle wrong. 2nd down and 9. Matt Forte checks in. Jay's tricky. Is he going to do an end run with Matt Forte on that kind of hit or miss end run card? Or is he going to say, I've seen enough of that, throw a short pass and try to get some dump off action? Ron says, I'm going to go nickel 3-3-5. I dare you. I double dare you. There it is. Emerald left Matt Forte. Short gain of 9. 3 is +23. We saw the 3. But 6 is only a 2-yard gain. This is not a great Emerald wrong column. Not. With 3, 7, 12, 14, 15 units of 3 yards or less. And only 6 units of 10 yards or more. Only 6 units even more than 7 yards. Funny knows that Ron doesn't respect it. And he's not going to call run probably. So it's a kind of a free play. And Forte's done a reasonable job. But right now, Jay's up against it. 3rd and 7. At his own 35, he had to call a timeout as Forte could not manage to get out of bounds. Those legs perhaps not as spry as they were a few years ago. And Jay's been thriving on 3rd down. But you don't want to make a living saying I have to consistently convert 3rd and longs. He's done it tonight. Can he do it again? Because he doesn't get it here. Obviously going to go for it. Short pass Tyler Higbee for the first time. Defense getting pass. Higbee covered by 0. Why is Trent Murphy in the game on 3rd and 7? But the completion goes for 11 yards in the first down. Higbee's a 0-5. Who's the starter out there? Is he a 4-0? Is that the problem? It's a 44. Ninkovich. It's the same containment. And he's not blitzing the guy anyway, because you're not going to get a sack on Jay. It's 3rd and 7. Might throw a flat pass. He said, someone tied Trent Murphy to the bench. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. It didn't matter that play. I'm just saying. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 46. 1:45 to go. A very well coached game. I just don't want to see Trent Murphy out there in 3rd and 7. Emerald left to Matt Forte. Defense calls pass. Can he get another big run from Forte at the 23 out of the 3? Short gain of 9. He pops the short gain of 9. 17 yards. Close to field goal range. Ron says, God damn it. The Bengals are at the Green Bay 37 now. 1:37 to go. 2 timeouts. Not quite in field goal range yet. And even 23 to 32 is only 2 to 8, 11, and 12. You can miss that. We all have missed it, and we probably missed it a little more than we wish we had missed it. Since I've said the word missed it, the phrase missed it 3 times now. Ron in for out to coach for his defensive existence here. In a league set up the offense. Look at this Gary Barnage. Successful double team. 4 out of 18 is a clean pick, basically. 3 on the quarterback's card. Incomplete. Would have been a short game, guess right. Picked off on the defense, but incomplete. Jay says, good call. That one well warranted. 2nd and 10, 1:30 to go. Jay's got 2 timeouts. Can't feel comfortable with the 2-11-12 field goal to win the game in the playoffs. I mean, you'll try it if you have to, but none of us want to actually go move the mouse over there and click snap the ball. We're all terrified that we're going to get a 9 or a 10. So let's see what happens. Eddie Lacy in the game. Good. Now, everyone knows he might run it here. So we go looking at Anquan Bolden. Ron gave the run call. This is good for Jay. Defender minus Warner +4. Desmond Trufant makes a nice play. It's a looking, so no gain. But Jay says, come on. What's going on out there? Derek Carr's card, baby. Receiver, something. Give me 3 yards even. Yeah, give me a little closer here to 32. Dustin Hopkins, he's sweating bullets over there at the prospect of a 54-yarder. 3rd and 10. Jay's shaking his head. That's why he's taking so long to close formation here. I was thinking, do I want to run the ball here? Try and get 5 yards. Goes 2 tights, 2 wide for running back. He's going to run the ball. He's going to do off tackle. He said, what a gutsy call before Ron to run key with the free safety coming up there. At least we got Trent Murphy on the field, off the field. Call run. What the hell? You don't have to bring the safety up there. Put the safety in the short pass and call run. As you roll 8, 10 yards on your card, you'll be furious. He's running it. Nope, I was wrong. Short pass, Doug Walden. I'd be losing. Short pass, I want 4 men there. Guess right, incomplete. And we have another 4th down. Another big 4th down. You get 54-yard field goal attempt is what the computer wants, and Jay's going to try it. 2 to 3 or something like that. Variable +5 yards is not very common. It's got a 1 in 12 shot. That's blocked. Blocked and recovered by the Packers. I think I would have gone for it. Not to question Jay's 3 rings there. Wow. What am I talking about? 2 to 6. I totally botched that. 2 bad calls. Horrible calls by the broadcaster today. That was a 2 to 6. And he rolled a 12, so it was blocked. So absolutely the right move, but Jay, I apologize. Stupid commentating by me. 1st and 10, and ruined it for the audience by reading it wrong. Ron's won the 2 to 3 kicker. My bad. Sorry, guys. I screwed that up. 1st and 10, 2 to 6, 54-yard field goal on 4th and 10. Couldn't get it. 107 to go. Bengals got 2 timeouts. Linebacker Tannehill, offensive center, +10 or +3. AQ Shipley makes the block. And that's it. A minute to go. 1 timeout. Ron Dickinson's Green Bay Packers are going to advance to the quarterfinal. Well, they will take on a certain commentator's New York Jets, Jets, at an internet near you. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear what happened to the Indianapolis-Houston game, I'm about to reveal the score. You might want to disconnect here as Ron's going to take a knee. I'm going to give you 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The quarterfinals are set. Houston Texans defeated Jeff Funlett's Indianapolis Colts. I think it was 27-17 in a very good game earlier this evening. We saw what Minnesota did to the New York Giants the other night. That was an unfortunate result there. Fairly one-sided. So the first home team to lose in the playoffs this year in the wild card round is the defending champion, Jacksonville Cincinnati Bengals, has a 2 to 6 field goal to take the lead. There was still a minute left to take the lead, blocked. And Ron Dickinson was right there with Jay. It was like 22-17 or something like that. And then Jay successfully run-keyed Carlos Hyde, forcing a fumble. at the 50-yard line midway through the third quarter, drove down the field for a late touchdown. 29-17, Jay Villing. Going into the fourth quarter, Ron Dickinson comes down the field with, I believe, a lengthy drive. 10 plays, 75 yards. To score a touchdown and make it a 29-24 game. The Jay gets the ball, gets the first down, but eventually has to punt. 5:24 to go. Jay leading 29-24. Gets a beautiful punt. It's down to the 1 yard line. The Packers their own 1 yard line. 5:24 to go. Worried about the safety? Got to get a first down. Get out of the shadow man end zone? Hell no. Long pass, Mike Evans. Defense guessing a run with no one on long pass. Receiver. Long gain, 79 yards. From his own 1 to Jay's 20. And then there's only a few minutes later, he's got 4th and goal from the 7. 3 minutes to go. 4th and goal from the 7. Jay thought he might run it. Gets it, went short past Chris Thompson. 5 on Ryan Tannehill's card. Touchdown. Misses the 2-point conversion, so it's 30-29. Jay needs a field goal to take the lead and or win the game. Jay gets a 17-yard run or something like that with Matt Forte. Gets into field goal range. Cannot get closer than the 37, including on a flat pass wrong on 2nd down and 10 with Derek Carr. And he has to settle for a 54-yard attempt without any variable. It's as long as the 37, so you can only get hurt on the variable. I think there's maybe a 5-yard bump, but 2-6 is good. Blocked. 12. No good. Run out the clock. And move on. Green Bay 30, Cincinnati 29. Tremendous game. Pleasure to call. A lot of drama. Excellent coaches. I've been playing online with Ron almost 15 years. IFL, a ton of battles back and forth. And we got another one, Ron. Ron does not want to play me. I don't know why, but for about 7 or 8 years, I would get the luckiest every single game. I would get the luckiest BS against Ron every single game, including like a playoff game or something in IFL, or a game to win the division in IFL. Like a 3rd and goal for the 9, did a running play, got the only roll on either card. I think there was a touchdown. There was a short gain on Ken Willard on a 9 on off tackle. So Ron's had a lot of terrible luck against me. So it's nothing to do with my coaching. It's nothing to do with my personnel. He's just had awful luck forever against me online. And he'd probably rather play anyone in the league, and almost any personnel, just because he has bad luck against me. He's always had it. I would say uncanny. I've never seen anything like it. One guy consistently over and over again. I could, it didn't matter what I called. You could double team the guy. You could run key the guy. I could give him long pass for wrong, no men. Yeah, I could probably give him 3 quarterback sneaks in a row. Guess wrong. He's not going to get it. That's that type of luck. I'm not exaggerating at all. But, we'll see. Maybe, we'll see. Yeah, but I've been saying that for the last 15 years. It keeps seeming to happen. So, and this was a great game. And he rebuilt his team over the years. This was not a good team 4 or 5 years ago. And you see the guys he drafted who came through for him tonight. Starting with Ryan Tannehill. But almost every player on this team is someone that he drafted. Mike Evans, Kenny Britt, Rashard Matthews, Ryan Tannehill, Lane Johnson, Jack Conklin, even DJ Fluker. And on defense, Gerald McCoy, Stephon Tuitt, Landon Collins, Byron Jones, Desmond Trufant. Yannick didn't do much tonight, but he'll be there next year. Murphy, all these guys. On. Great job by Jay. Tremendous game. Tremendously well coached. Wow. Get two guys who know what they're doing. Get two guys who play a hell of a game against each other. You know, you develop, I don't know what you want to call it, a competitive camaraderie. Year after year after year, and they're good. And you win some and you lose some. Maybe some guys you lose to all the time. Maybe other guys you seem to have their number. But we all know how good Jay is. Ron's really good too. They've been trying to get it going in the modern leagues. He's a demon with the old-fashioned game and the retro stuff. And he's got a playoff victory here. And he was on to the quarterfinals, and he's looking to exercise some demons against yours truly. Get a whole lot of payback. It's going to be Packers at Jets in the one SOMIFA quarterfinal. And then it's going to be Dale Ripley. Believe it or not. At Dennis Crowley in another quarterfinal. Just in case you don't enjoy watching Dennis or me or someone else in action, you're going to get the multi-time champion, half man, half Mankiewicz, Paul Mankiewicz, against the San Diego Chargers, Paul's favorite NFL team, the only league pretty much where it doesn't have the Chargers name. So it's going to be Paul Mankiewicz at the Dalai Lama, TJ Lama, with Tom Brady and all those receivers and all that pass blocking. And Paul's got vicious pass rushing, but a weak secondary. TJ's defense is not what it used to be, particularly in the front seven. And we saw Paul go West Coast early tonight against Joe Wendland. TJ's had some teams that are real good that stumbled early in the postseason. He wants to get that monkey off of his back. Paul wants to climb on top of the monkey and put some more weight on TJ's back. Push him a little further down the road, a little more stumbling. Let's see. Paul's got the experience. TJ's got the club. TJ's got the home field. And he pulled off. TJ wants to win this one, make a semifinal. And lest I forget, I've been focusing on the 3 wildcard games. Hello, Nurse. Tennessee Titans and Atlanta Falcons. 11-5 versus 11-5. These 4 or 5 games are usually such a good matchup because these two teams were vying for higher seats. And they're real, real good usually. You know? And it's the first playoff game for each team because they had to bye. So the Titans go on the road with Big Ben and Lamar Miller and Antonio Brown after Mick Bouchon made the trades to try and improve the team for the year. John Madden's old club, which was so wonderfully built for 12 years. It was just real good every year when you had Big Ben and Jamal Charles every year. And just kept adding to it with defensive players and offensive linemen and receivers and just patiently drafting every year. Made a couple of Super Bowls, didn't win one. But remember how good that roster was. And you go on to play Nathan Baylor's Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. The last season of the Georgia Dome. I think that's right. Is it? Nathan's team is just an offensive dynamo. Kirk Cousins and LaShawn McCoy and T.Y. Hilton and some other receiver who will be yielding to DeAndre Hopkins on the field next year. And probably some tight ends that can do some things like go deep, like Nathan likes to do. Defense not that great for the Falcons this year, but that's a scary team. A team probably no one wants to face. But Mick's going to face it. So Tennessee and Atlanta, that should be a real good one. Houston and San Diego, very interesting stylistically. Minnesota at Seattle. Dale beat Dennis in the regular season. You know Dennis doesn't like that. Dennis does not like that. 26-20. way back in week 3. Dale's going to be running 4 wide. We saw it all night against the Giants. You see it all night against Dennis. 4 wide with Jordan Howard. 4 pretty decent receivers. Tyler Lockett is one of the extra receivers. And then Green Bay at the Jets. The green and white versus the green of Green Bay, the green and gold. Can I win a playoff game? Can I return to the semifinals for the first time in ages? In about 14 years. 13. First time in 13 years can I reach these SOMIFA semifinals. We'll see. So coming soon to the internet near you. Green Bay at the Jets. Minnesota at Seattle. And Tennessee at Atlanta. One of those 8 teams will be the 2016 card set. And there should be a lot of dramatic games, a lot of fun to call and to watch. And we'll see what happens. All right, guys, take care. This is Tom. Bye-bye.